This conference will now be recorded.
Yeah. So till now we understood what is the investment program, what is the investment program structure, what are the positions, how we can create a program structure, and we have seen the KDS, key data structure, how we can create a program type, which we have already seen in the configuration. And apart from that, we have seen how we can create a status profile and how we can set the status within the positions. Okay, few points left in previous session, that dependency, like how we can create a dependency between user status and system status. Okay, that I'll address today before going forward for the next topic. Okay, and apart from that, today's agenda is to explain the next process of appropriation request. So first I'll go through of basics of investment program, which we have already gone through, but I'll just go for the status profile, and then I'll let you know how you can assign in the position, and then we'll go for the appropriation request process. Okay, so basically I'll explain the appropriation request, the scenarios, and then we'll proceed with the processes. Okay, so one second, let me open the system. Okay, so I'll let you know one more thing. In previous session, we were not able to change some values. Okay, so I'm going in the configuration. One second, please. Okay, so go to SPRO. So I'm going to explain the user status. Okay, go to investment management. Here, go to investment program and go to master data. And within a master data, go to user status. Okay, here when you are going to change or create a user status profile, you can go through the node in the IMG, or you can directly access it through transaction code OK02. Okay, so I'm going here first to see the assign status profile to program type. Okay, so you click here. In you can see here at some of places we can assign the status profile for program type, and for some of places, for some of program type, I'm not having the options to assign status profile. Why it is happening? Because this program type was created, and the program and program positions was created already with reference to these program types. That's why system kept it locked. Okay, so system was not allowing us to assign the status profile. So in previous session, I have explained how you can create a status profile and how you can assign to your program type. So we have assigned this status profile here, and then now you can see this is also uneditable now. Okay, only we are having options to change the status profile here for simple capital investment program type. Okay, and when we are looking into this status, okay, status profile, you can check it here. Go to specified status profile, enter here, open this. Okay, so there was one requirement, how you can set the dependent status. Okay, means when you are changing system status, how you can change user status. Okay, so we were not able to do that in previous session because of some technical problem. Okay, now we can see this. So let's say when you are going, when you have created a position, okay, and before going to use this position, if you want to take approval from, let's say, department head or from your manager, okay, so you can send it for approval by setting this status send for approval, and then manager has to decide whether he want to approve or reject. Okay, so what he can do, we can create a dependent status here, means when we are setting the status release, the user status will be set to approved. Okay, so to check that transaction control, you click here, Okay, so if you want to have some more transaction control, you can click here. So you will get all the transactions in a standard system given. Okay, so I am just checking the setting of this release status. Okay, so set it to allowed, and here set to select it to set. So what will happen when you will release the position, system automatically will set the status to approved. Okay, so what I'll do here, I'll take one example how you can proceed for the testing. Okay, one second please. Okay, so here go to, let's say IW, sorry, IM22. So our structure was test status. Okay, to test the status only we were using this investment program. Okay, so let's say this was the one position. Okay, test, which is already approved. I'll create another position and I'll show you here. Okay, so let's say you just want to create one position within the top position. Electrical department. So you have created a position department wise. Check, copy. Okay, and save. You can save it here. Come back again, go to electrical department. Okay, so when you're creating it, you can see the system and user status here. Okay, you come here. Okay, you will see here the status profile is ZPO 0001, and here as of now system status is CRTD and user status is ready, REDY. Okay, so we are setting the status to send for approval. Okay, so when we are setting a status, it will go to manager. Now manager need to come here in the same transaction. Okay, open the position and here go to edit status, and here we are having the release. Okay, so what arrangement we can do, let's say when we are releasing, automatically system will approve it. So release it, you can see the user status set it to APRD. Okay, in previous there was some discrepancy previous session, so that's why we couldn't do that. Now it's working fine. Okay, and the settings are the same which I have explained just now. Okay, so you can see the settings in user status profile. Go to OK02, directly go to the position, select here status profile, and this is the only settings. You go to the approve, and here release I have set it to allow to set. That's it. Okay, so if you are having any question, please ask here so that I'll start the next topic, appropriation request today. Okay, so let me start the next topic. What is the need of appropriation request exactly in my process? Okay, so understand, I'll explain this 1 second. See what exactly we are doing here. We are having one program. Okay, this is my investment program definition. Okay, within this program definition, I am having top level position, and within that we have created 3 different positions. Okay, okay, I'm saying it's a program definition, and I'll say it's a position. I'll take the same example, power generation, power transmission, and maintenance. I was saying it's a maintenance. In power generation, okay, I'll say it's a utility company. And this program you have created for 2020 means in the 2020, in 2020, you are taking approval for this investment. Okay, sorry. Okay. Here you are having two more department I kept. First is a project department. Okay, and second is a operation department. So in previous session, I have explained how you can create this complete structure. Okay. Now let us consider a scenario when you are having any idea or any proposal in this project department. Okay. As per your study, as per your organization strategy, and you came to know that you need to provide some extra power in a particular area. Okay, let's say in 5 years there is some area in city which is already developed, and for that you need to go for more power generation. Okay, so here you are taking a option that let us go for the new power station construction. Okay, and when we are going for new power station construction, we need to understand the different options also. Different options, for example, let's say if I'm going for this proposal, I need to understand the different options like whether it will be okay if we are going for the modification for the existing system, existing power station, or anyhow we need to go for the power station construction. Okay, so this is the proposal. First idea will come. So idea basically it's a documented idea. There everything will be mentioned that as per the requirement in that area we need to go for some more power supply from 2021 onwards or 2022 onwards. We need to make arrangement to go for it. Okay, all the plans like how we are going to where exactly we are going to start a project, or some additional documentation also will be given by the strategy department to this project department. Okay, so now this project department will analyze to fulfill this requirement, whether they should go for the new power station construction or for the modification of existing system. So let us understand this scenario. So first of all, when we are getting any requirement, let's say it's a document, formal documents we'll get, and these documents will be given to project department. So here you can understand it's a proposal submission. In SAP, in investment management, you are having one object by which you can manage this requirement. Okay, based on the document which you are getting from the strategy department, you can create a appropriation request in the system where you can enter all the data. Okay, so what this appropriation request will do exactly, let us consider. Let's understand in this way. Okay, let's say this is your proposal submission. Okay, proposal submission. Then it will go for the next phase of discussion. Means you can have a various phases in this approval of this proposal. Let's say first is a technical feasibility, second is a financial feasibility, and then final is approval. Okay, once it is approved, then we are saying we are going for the option which is submitted here. Okay, so here when we are submitting the proposal, that is a one thing with reference to appropriation request. Second, understand, let's say technical feasibility. So when I'm checking the technical feasibility, as I said, I'm having two options here as per my experience, that whether we should go for the new power station construction or to work out to modify the system to increase the efficiency of existing system. So I'll have two scenarios within the system for the same appropriation request based on a separate object which we used to call it as a variant. Okay, and then for individual option we need to go for the financial analysis. Means if I'm going for first option where I'm going to construct this power station, okay, how much cost will be involved, and what is the other benefits. So I'm seeing here financial feasibility need to be checked for the both the options. Okay, and then it will send to management. Management has to decide as per their experience the options. If once it is approved, like option 1 or option 2, which option is going to be approved, it's depend on them. Once it is approved, then it will go for further phase of execution, means or detailed planning. So all these things you can manage within the appropriation request. And when you are approving the appropriation request, final approval, you can have a arrangement to transfer this object into PS project or into internal order, so that you will go for the further planning and the execution of this particular requirement. Okay, so what we are going to do exactly here, when this requirement is coming from the project department, so I am already having this position project department, right, which is within my program type utility, which is created for 2020, and then we will proceed with the appropriation request. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll just go for some explanation here, and then I'll take you to the system what exactly we are having an appropriation request. Yeah, so an appropriation request is an idea or wish for carrying out a measure, such as an investment or research and development. So this is my requirement. Let's say if I'm going for any option, when I'm getting any proposal, we can manage through appropriation request. So here, to be individually assessed and process approved by one or more position within a company, primarily because of the high cost involved. So before starting of any investment, we can go to understand the technical feasibility, or to perform the financial feasibility. Apart from that, whatever the different investment analysis you want to do, you can carry out an appropriation request. Measures are not strictly limited to capital spending. It is no need that only you are going for the requirement when you are going to do the investment. For the operation kind of projects also, you can use the appropriation request. So they can also represent projects that involve primarily expenses also, right? Let's say if you are going for any operation activity, so there you want to analyze before going for this project, let's say maintenance project. So in that case also, you can use the appropriation request. Usually there is a relatively long time period between the initial application and fleshing out of the appropriation request and its final approval or rejection. So how it happens generally in the big organization, the management is asking for the proposal from the different departments in the mid of year. Let's say in June or July, they will start to ask. Okay, and then the workout will be done till October or November, and then final approval will come before next year. Means if it is required for 2021, then everything has to be approved and should be ready till December 2020. An appropriation request can be created for a wish list. So if you generally, if any idea is coming, any proposal is coming, or any wish list which is not decided till now to align with your strategy, for that also you can create a appropriation request. Next is an investment measure can be created automatically from an appropriation request. We can specify in customizing whether the appropriation request is replaced by the measure or if both continue to exist. So what we are doing exactly in my example, in this example, we are creating an appropriation request, and once it is approved, we can transfer it to measure. Measure means internal order or WBS element project, PS project. So now it is your choice whether you want to continue with this appropriation request here or you want to close it. You can close it and you can proceed with your measures, which is transferred from this appropriation request. Okay. So I'll take you to the system to show you how we can proceed with the appropriation request, and then we'll come back here to understand a few more points in the appropriation request. So come back in system. Here, go to accounting, go to investment management, and investment management, you will see here program. Okay, and program, and you will see the appropriation request. Click here. Go to edit appropriation request IM11. There are different transactions are given to process appropriation request. Okay, we need to use IM11. In my example, I'm using IM11. You double click here. Okay. See here, this is the display appropriation request. Here, whatever the appropriation request you have processed, you will get a list here. Okay. And if you want to open directly in this work area, you need to double click here. Okay. So it will appear in this area. You can off this work list. This is the work list area. If you don't want to display on your screen, you can click here to work off it. And here to create a new appropriation request, this button. And this is to change. So when you are opening appropriation request in this area, here it is showing in the display mode. So once you will click here, it will open here in the change mode. Okay. And this is to make it again into display mode. This button is to create appropriation request with template. Means if I want to copy the same appropriation request into my new appropriation request, I can click here. This is to delete the appropriation request. Okay. If you want to search any appropriation request, you can search from the new selection. Let's say this is already there, everything. But if you want to search the appropriation request, you need to come here in new selection. You will get all these options. Okay. What are these options? You are having appropriation request. If you know the number, you can directly enter here. Appropriation request type. Okay. You can enter here. Requesting company code. So based on the company code also you can find out. Investment program. If you want to find out all the appropriation request which is created for investment program, you can enter here. Approval year, for which year appropriation request you want to approve. Position ID, based on the position ID, you can find it out here. We will see how we can find out. Let us go for the appropriation request here. Okay, so before going forward, let me directly create this. Okay, so here how we can create. You click here to create appropriation request. So just assume that you got the requirement in your hand, you are having all the documents. In documents, it is mentioned in that particular area, we need to improve the efficiency. In that area, we need to continue the supply of power and we need to go for any one option. So based on that, I'm creating this appropriation request. Here, appropriation request type, this is the profile, which is controlling all the functions within appropriation request. Okay. So as per our requirement, we can have different appropriation request type. Okay, in system, I'm selecting I. I means, let me see some different options available here in the system. So here in 1, 2, 3, you will get in a standard system. Okay, and I is for project as investment measure, means when I'm approving my appropriation request, it will be transferred into the PS project. So in description, I'm writing here, and as per my setting for this appropriation request type, I have already made a arrangement in configuration. Okay, so later on we'll see the dependent configuration also. So I'm selecting here. Okay, select it. Okay, so meanwhile it is opening, I'll see some details here. 1 second please. Yes, so here you can see the appropriation request. Okay, this is the number. This number can be external or internal. So by this number, your request, your proposal will be identified. Okay, So if you want to keep it to one relationship with your measure, means the measure which is going to be transferred from this appropriation request, you can keep it same. Okay, so in this appropriation request type, I kept it same. I'm entering here the appropriation request start date. So how we can search the number here? It's an external number assignment. If it is an internal number assignment, system automatically will propose here one number and you need to proceed with that. But in that case, you need to understand when you are transferring your appropriation request to your PS project, and if you want to align it, the coding mask with your PS project definition, in that case, it has to be kept as the same. Okay, so I'll explain later how we can use that. So this is the start value, means where I want to search my next appropriation request number. Okay, so I have entered this number G29.4020. For you, it can be anything. It can be some different code. Okay, we are getting two options here: find next open number and find number after last assignment. So I'm searching based on the find next open number. So this is the number which is proposed here, G29.4021. Okay, so I'm saying here required more power in area 1. So I am not saying here whether we are going for construction or modification of existing system. I'm saying we need a more power in area 1 from year 2021. Okay, and here reason for investment, you can maintain all these values in system, which we have already seen in investment program, how you can enter all these values. This system is slow. Sorry, actually, it's having some more load. I'm working on it to rectify this issue. Since last week only it happens, it was working fine. It is a complete same system for PS, PPM, CPM. So that's why it is having more load.
Sharma, I think it is due to Corona.
I don't know. Okay. So here I am selecting, let's say, enhancement, environment production, or internal investment. So this is my reason for investment, I'm saying. Environment investment, I can enter all these values: scale, priority, approval year. So approval year is 2020 when I'm approving this appropriation request. Planned approval. So here now today's date is 9th of May. I'm looking to get it approved till 30th of May. So you need to enter here your date. And if it is if this appropriation request is approved, from which date you want to implement it. So let's say I want to implement it from 1st January 2021. Okay, let it be 1st December 2020. Country for investment, you can select the country of investment here. Trading partner, if you have already decided to keep some partner here, you can enter this. External authority, if any external authority is also involved, let's say any local authority, any government authorities are involved there, so you can select it this option. There is no direct integration with any different objects because of this checkbox. It is to just show you that it is some external authorities are also involved, so that you will take and as a different level. Strategic appropriation request. Strategic means it is just strategic as of now. It is not submitted as a proposal. It is strategically we are checking the possibilities. Okay, and here the person involved, we need to select the person involved, partner involved. Let's say the initiator, who is the applicant, okay, who's the approver. So we need to enter all these details here on appropriation request. This partner function, these functions you can link with the user ID. So This is the thing. And then when you are going for the next step, on control data, okay, so here you will see the system status, okay, and you will see this is system status, okay. Here you can see the display status over here. If you click here, it will take you to another screen where you can see the user status and system status. But before going forward, let me enter here investment program. So here our investment program is my utility, which we have kept for 2020, and it is within the project department. Okay, you can search this all detail from here also. If you click here, it will take you to the same hierarchy of my investment program, but it will take time, so that's why I have directly entered here. Yeah, this is my investment program. If you don't know the position ID, let's say it will come like this, and you click here to search, and these are the options by which you can search the position. Search by program name, search by short tag, search by priority, search by person responsible, search by organization unit, search by using scale, and search by classification system. So let me search by the short text. You click here, investment program is my utility, and approval year is 2020. So you will get a list here. So I'm creating this appropriation request within project department. Select it, you'll get it here. Okay, so this is just initiation, this is just planning, sorry, initiation of appropriation request. You have just created the requirement. Okay, now this requirement will go to the next level. Next level means how you can do the technical analysis, how you can do the financial analysis, and then it will go for the approval. Okay, so let's say the initiator, the who's creating this appropriation request, he created it and he entered all this data and then now saved it. Okay, so as of now in this appropriation request, I kept only system status. Okay, system status is it is limited. When we are creating it, the system status will show here created, and then when we are submitting it for the approval, then we need to submit it. We need to select the system status here for approval, and once it is approved, then it will be changed to approved. Okay, so here we are having very limited options, and in any case, if you want to go with the, like, let's say like more options of approval, in that case you can use the user status, where you can create user status profile which has to be assigned to appropriation request as object type, and you can keep your status as per your requirement. So we will see that also how you can assign it to the same appropriation request. So this is the request which is created, G29.4021. So how you
Hi,
can
Rama.
open it? Yeah.
Yeah, Gopi here. See,
Yeah.
where we have to maintain the approval list. For example, I have some 3 or 4 approval, step 1, step 2, step 3. So how I need to maintain in appropriate request?
See, let me open this. I'll tell you. Okay, you need to click here to open this 029. So this is my appropriation request number. Okay, so here, click here. This will open here. So you can maintain these approver on partner function, and you need to make arrangement in your configuration to go in the sequence for the approval. Okay, for this appropriation request type, I did not kept it as mandatory. That's why I did not enter any partner function there. But if you want to go with the sequence of approvers, you can create in your configuration and you can assign as a partner profile, partner determination procedure. So I'll let you know how you can maintain all these partner determination procedure and all in appropriation request. But for this particular type, I did not kept it mandatory. So click
Yeah.
here, you will get here function list. Okay, so this function list we already maintain in the configuration for this appropriation request type, and we are getting all these options here. Okay, So
Okay.
I'll show you how you can maintain it.
Yeah.
So what I'll do next, I'll just explain. I'll not come out and we'll go again in the transaction. Okay, I'll explain, then I'll do all the transaction on the same screen. It is taking time. Yes, so this is the area function. Okay, I1, I2, I3, these are the approvers. Okay, I1, I2, I3. Let's say I'm selecting here I1, go to the partner. You can enter user ID who will approve it. And even in a system, you can have a arrangement to send a mail workflow. Okay, if this information will come into your inbox, SAP inbox, or you can directly approve from there. Okay, but that part is enhancement. Let's say I just want to assign I1 is to me. Okay, so means I'm the initiator. So this list I can maintain it here in the partner function. Similarly, I can enter all the functions. So assume that we have already entered all these partner functions here, and to send a workflow, we need some enhancement arrangement there. Okay, now come back to here on control data. Okay, I'll show you how you can add, how you can assign the status profile to appropriation request to have more steps of approval. Okay, so you come to control data. Okay, and you click here. Okay, display status overview. You come here, it will take you here. You come here, go to status profile. So in this system, you can see only one status profile is available for appropriation request. You are having a list of the profile, status profile, but only one status profile has been created for appropriation request. So I'm selecting it here. You can create your own status profile in OK02. Okay, and in this status profile, these are the status. First is unplanned, means when I'm creating my appropriation request, it is showing me unplanned. In this appropriation request type, I'm selecting it manually, but you can keep it as an automatic assignment in configuration. So in appropriation request type, this IE, you can assign this status profile there in configuration so that when you are creating appropriation request, the same settings will be automatically copied from profile. So my first status is unplanned. Second is unplanned waiting approval. I'll let you know how you can set all this status. Come back. Okay, so once you have assigned the status profile, user status profile, now on control tab, you will get two options. Okay, I need to save it, otherwise I'll not able to see that. Okay, I will save it. I'll get one more option here for user status. Today's session will go at least for 1.5 hours because I need to complete this process at a time, otherwise. Okay, let me open it again. Okay, so go to change. Okay, so here go to control data now. Okay, now you can see two options. One is the system status, another is the user status. Okay, so now we are in the stage, next stage means this appropriation request has been created and we are submitting it to next level, means we are sending it to technical feasibility. So how we can send? Here we can change the status, user status. Yeah, so you will get planned waiting approval. Okay, so you click here. Let's say these all the meanings, the descriptions you can change as per your requirement. This is a user status only. Okay, so when you are submitting it for technical feasibility, you set it to planned waiting approval. You set, and then team will start to work on it. Means there is a team of engineers. They will check the possibilities if we are going for this project, whether we will be able to complete this project or not as per our technical abilities. Okay, and then it will go for the financial approval. Okay, so when it is going for the financial approval and feasibility study for the financials, then financial department will open the same appropriation request and they will come to the variant. Okay, so in my option here, in my example here, I was saying when we are doing the tech financial feasibility, we need to consider in the both the direction. If we are going with the option when we are going with the new station construction. Okay, and second option is, let's say, modification of existing system. So I'm having two options here. I'll create two variant. One is for this and another is for modification for existing system, this option. Okay, come here. So here in variant, you will see here this is a variant 0001. Status of this variant is CRTD. Please understand here this variant is subset of appropriation request header. Okay, so when I'm going to control data and when I'm looking into the status, user status and system status, those status are for appropriation request header. Within this appropriation request, I'm having variant option. You can create a multiple variants. Okay, not 1 2 3. You can create a multiple here. And how many variants you can create? You can create 9999. So it is up to you and how many options you want to analyze this requirement. So I'm saying this first option is power station construction. So I need to analyze when I'm saying the power station construction. Verbal assessment, here you can enter verbal means like you are capable, we are capable to execute this project. So this is our verbal assessment. Okay, and here assessment, you can select some assessment which you have already defined in your configuration so that you will get the report based on that. Okay, so let me check how many options are available in this assessment. I'm having very good, good or satisfactory. So when you are doing the assessment, technical or financial assessment feasibility, that time you can understand as per you can understand and you can select the options. You can change these options also as per your requirement. I'm saying satisfactory, and for this I'm saying the completion date. Let's say if I'm going for the new power station construction, definitely I'll construct it till 2020. So this is a completion target date, and a startup date as per my current experience. If I'm going with the same option, so I can start it on, let's say I'm saying 2020, sorry, not 2020, 2012, 2020. Okay, so this is my observation, this is my assessment. Okay, and if any government approval is also there, we can select so that we will take it specifically. Okay, now here we are having the plan version. Okay, we can have the multiple plan versions for the same variant. So now here in this area, I'm working only for this variant. Okay, so it is whatever the tabs you can see here: plan version, plan values, pre-investment analysis, documents, depreciation data. This is only for this power station construction variant. Okay, the number is 0001 and the system status is CRTD as of now. Okay, so here in system in configuration we kept multiple versions, so you can have the different versions for the planning. I'll not go in much deep in this area because it's you will again go in the detail in the project, because that time it will be more relevant. So let's say you want to plan your values here. You click here, plan values. So as per your settings in the system is showing me 5 years for the investment. Okay, so it is as per the company strategy. Some companies, they need to foresee their plan for 10 years or 7 years or 6 years. In system we kept it as a 5 years. So I'm saying here that in 2020 I'll need for this project, if I'm going for this construction, I need this amount. Okay, 30,000, or I need 50,000 in 2021 and 60,000 I will need in 2022. Apart from that, if I'm going for it, I need to take some consultancy from outside. I need to put my office, special office for the construction at the construction site. So some overhead will also be involved in 2020. So let's say I'm having 12,000 of overhead. Okay, so in combined cost you can see the total cost, which is a investment cost plus overhead cost. So it is showing here 42,000, and in this year it is showing me 50,000, and in 2020 it is showing 2022 it is showing me 60,000. But as of now, in overall it is not showing anything. So to do that, you need to go here. Okay, you need to go here and click here on some total of annual values. Once you will click in overall, it will show you the total value 140,000 you need. Okay, and total combined cost is 152,000. Okay, and here there is an option line item display. You can see the line item display. Okay, you can lock it. Lock it means once your plan is ready, okay, and you have done with that, and now you are not going to do any changes in your plan, you can lock these values so that no one will do any changes here. And this authorization we can keep with let's say the process owner or the head, department head, who's taking the more who's having the more responsibility on this approval. Okay, and here this is the option where create cost estimate. You can create a cost estimate, proper cost estimate also. Okay, so let us understand in a simple way how we are defining all the values here. Okay, and next is you can define here revenue also. So as I said, in investment project we don't plan the revenue, but it is for to understand the how much will be the ROI, return on investment. So I'm saying, let's say if I'm doing this much of investment and I'll get a certain amount of revenue in a year. Okay, so I'm saying, let's say in 2022 I'll take let's say I'm saying 200,000 I'll take. So I'll get this much of revenue. So when I'm saving it, when I'm doing summation, okay, I can see the revenue also here, but it is a for year wise. Okay, so now I'm going to pre-investment analysis here. Pre-investment analysis means I have already done with the initial cost planning. Okay, this plan values is basically is cost planning, and now here I'm doing the pre-investment analysis. Okay, so these are some field values which you need to enter. Okay, and it is not mandatory to follow pre-investment analysis. Based on these plan values you can proceed with the investment or further analysis. But if you want to automate your calculation of success factor of your project, in that case you can have pre-investment analysis in the system. But to use this option pre-investment analysis, you need to activate the cash flow in the system. Okay, so here let us understand it, because in the system cash flow is not activated, and that is a separate option, that is a separate module in finance. Okay, and these things has to be taken care by them only. but let us understand what are the options we are having here. So it is a recalculate pre-investment variant for 001. Okay, internal rate of return. Okay, means what is the rate of return? If you are going with this option, what will be the rate of return? Payback period, in how many years you will get back your investment. Okay, net present value. Let's say if you are putting some amount, okay, within 4 years, what is the value? What is the today's values for this or this total investment? And this is the cash flow rate. Okay, so this cash flow rate has to be entered from the system which you are going to integrate with this cash flow. So when I click here on calculate investment analysis figure, it will give you the complete picture here in the system. So roughly I'm just error while calculating the net present value because it's not integrated and you cannot calculate it. Now let us go next, documents. Here you can upload the document. Okay, here you can integrate with DMS, document management system, where you can create a your document. Okay, here, and you can assign the document, create a document here. If you know about the document DMS management, it is okay. If anybody doesn't know, just let me know. I'll just give you some overview on it. Okay. Just
Yeah,
one second.
document means the proof of document related to the investment.
Whatever the document, not exactly the proof of the document. Let's say any approval, any requirement document, anything which you want to upload here, let's say. Okay.
Okay, but I think in standard we cannot attach, right? And do we need some enhancement open?
No. It's you can directly integrate with DMS system.
Okay.
Okay, understand the DMS actually. DMS, this is your application server, application system. Okay, this is your, let's say, application. I'm explaining it for entire SAP, what logic we are having here. This is the application. Okay, and whenever you are opening any object, you can upload. Wherever you are getting this option to upload the document, you can upload in two ways. You can directly upload in the application server, or you can upload into the DMS, document management system. Application server means, let's say, this appropriation request you are having here in this server where your ERP is installed. Okay, and when you are uploading any document with reference to this AR, appropriation request, it will save in application server. So it means it will take space in the application server. And if you are having the more count of document to upload here or more size, because of this, my application server will be slow. And apart from that, whenever you are uploading the same document at different places in system, it will create a new document. For example, you are attaching one document to appropriation request, and next step of your process, you are creating, you need to upload the same document for WBS also. So you have created one copy here of the same document and another copy you are going to create here. So it means the duplication of data. Okay, and you are not able to use that one. Okay, so how you can avoid it, this problem? Okay, so SAP has given one option. You can keep your all document at one place and one server, which we are saying it's a contained server. Okay, and they have given one option, DMS, document management system. Okay, we are saying it's the document management system. So what we need to do, let's say when we are going to upload any document, or we want to link any document with the appropriation request, in that case, first upload that document here on contained server. Okay, with reference to the type. So type is basically the unique name, unique type. So I'm saying it's a document type, and you have uploaded this document. Once you will save, a number will be generated, which we used to call it the DIR number, directory number, and the same number you need to assign here in appropriation request here, DIR number. No need to upload the same document here. What you are doing, you are just linking the address of the same document from the content server to your application server, so that you are directly opening that document from content server to here in application. And the same document with the same dir number, you can assign the same document at multiple places, so it means the duplication data is also not there. Okay, so same thing you can do here. You need to create a document and you need to assign here separately. Okay, and how you can do that? There is a separate transaction to create that CV01N. Okay, and I'll just show you here because few participant doesn't know how to create a DMS document. You come here. Okay, let's say this is the transaction. Go to CV01N. Okay, or you can open here also. You can open here in cross application component. Come here in DMS document management system. 1 second, please. You can see here also in accounting when I'm going for the project system. See here also documents, document management system, document CV01N. Okay, you click here. Okay, you need to select the type here, document type. Okay, so you need to select the suitable document type which is allowing your document to connect with appropriation request. Okay, this has to be defined the configuration. Okay, so 1 second, I'm not going here in this because it's a 1 second, just let me check if I'm getting anything here. Okay, C2D. So I'm going to select any existing document here. Let's say any design engineering document. Go to EC1 here. Let me select if I'm having, yes, one document is there. So it means it is already there and I have assigned directly. I have not created it. If you want to see the same document EC1 does not allow you to assign to object IMAV. So this IMAV is the technical name of appropriation request. It has to be changed. Okay, so in system and configuration, I'll let you know how you can do the changes. I'm just skipping this option, please. Okay, so let's say you have done this, and if you are having any depreciation data, you can enter here. Okay, asset class and capitalized data. So this will work when the cash flow management is activated. So I am having as of now one variant here. Okay, only we have created one variant. Let me save it. Okay, okay, so now I'm going to create another variant. Change it. Okay, so go to variant. So one variant already we are having, we can copy the same, okay, if you want, or otherwise you can create your own here. Okay, and this is to change view version. Okay, I'm not going for change view, I will copy it existing one and then I'll make the changes. So you click here, you click here, now it is created another one. You change the description here. Power station construction, I'm saying it's a modification of existing power station. Okay, and now I'm doing the assessment for this. It's a satisfactory, I'll say it's a good, this is a good option. And completion date, if I'm going with this modification in 2021, I'll do the completion because modification will not take this much of time. And here is start date, I have selected 28th December, and I'm saying I'll start it on 1st of December. Okay, so these are the differences. Startup date, 1st December is before completion of 30th. Startup date. Okay.
I think
Yeah,
startup
yeah,
is after the completion, huh?
yes. Sorry, 01.06.2021 I have to select. Yes. Now plan version, go to the plan values. Here we have entered the values in our option when we were doing the construction. So if we are going for modification, so let's say in 2022 I'll not have any investment. In 2020 I'll do only, let's say, 15,000 because it will be less anyway. Okay, and in 2021 I'll do, let's say, 20,000. So and overhead will be the, let's say, 5,000. Okay, and I'm saying here revenue wise also because it's just amendment in my existing system, that is enhancement. So my total asset value will also be increased, but not like this how we are assuming here. It's, let's say, 50,000, it's increased only. So here you come and you change, you select here overall plan value already exists. Do you want to override the dates because it was copied from the existing, and system is asking one option here. I'm saying yes. Okay, if I want to see any error is there, consistency, inconsistency, if you want to check, you can click here. System will give you one message here to show that if any inconsistency is there. Okay, so check is complete, no error were found. Okay, so similarly you can do the pre-investment analysis for this option also. Document you can add, and then what you can do, you can save it. Okay, so once you are saving it, okay, so after saving you need to send it for approval. So both the options you are having, you have done already technical analysis for the both the options, and now you are submitting it for next level approval. Based on the user status, as I explained, you can have your own status to manage your process flow, but I'm just going for the user system status only. So once I'm submitting it for approval, we can go for approval. Okay, so at header level I'm saying approval, for approval. At variant level I'm not saying anything. So my system status at header level in appropriation request and variant, it is a different. So here when I'm going for approval, system is asking me which option you are going to select. Approve, you want to select, you want to approve power station construction or modification of existing power station, right? So let's say I'm saying this one, I'm going for this option, power station, modification of existing power station. Okay, you click here. Okay, so here appropriation request was proposed for approval. Okay, and you can save it. Once you are saving, the automatic mail trigger, we can have a provision here in system, and it will reach to the next level of approval. Okay, if you see in the variant what happens exactly, you come for this variant, you can see it is showing me nothing. Okay, second option, it is not showing approve, and in first option also it is for approval, and here it is showing me approved. Okay, so you need to come on control data, and then approver will approve it. Once approved, okay, appropriation request was approved. Okay, now let me save it, then I'll come back here because I need to do some more activity here. Okay, now come back here. So this appropriation request is approved by selecting the second option, and we are going for the modification, not for the new construction. Okay, now what will happen? You see here it is approved. Okay, and you can have here the option of rejection also. Okay, you could reject also here, and if you go to the variant here on first, it is showing me, in second it is showing me in the release, but once you will select first one, it is showing me still for approval. Okay, it didn't went for the next level. Now it is approved, means now it is approved from the management, and we need to proceed for the further planning, means we need to go for the initiation of project. Till now it was the only proposal. Okay, so what we need to do, the project manager, who's the responsible to take it forward, he need to come into measure an asset here. He need to trigger a project from here. Click on project. So enter the company code. System is asking you enter company code. Go to organization unit and enter requesting company code. Business area is 7,000 for this option. Requesting business area 7,000. Okay, you can keep it as a default because I did not entered in appropriation request type. That's why I'm getting all this. Electronics product. Okay, so here requesting organization and responsible organization. Okay, let us see this also. Requesting organization, who's requesting to go for this project. Okay, and responsible organization who's executing this project. Requesting means the department who's asking for this construction or for this modification, but responsible department is working on it. So it means the cost has to be incurred in requesting organization. Means if you are considering in cost perspective, my total cost will be considered within requesting organization. However, the responsible organization is in another side. Okay, now coming back to the measure and asset here, you click here to project. Now project definition G29.4021 is activated in system. Okay, internally in system it is activated. Okay, 1 second please, 1 second. Yeah, so here this project definition is activated. Now you need to create WBS element. So from here you can create only first level of WBS element. You click here on WBS element. System is giving you all information. Project definition is going to be this one. WBS element is going to be this one. Project profile is this 9001. Adopt plan value means whatever the values you have planned in variant, you are going to adopt or not. Preliminary project without plan value. If you want to go without copying that plan values, you can select this second option. If you are going with the first option, adopt plan value, how much percentage you want to copy into your project, means your proposal value was, let's say, 20,000 USD, and now you want to copy only 80% of your proposed value into your project. So you can select 80% here. If you want to copy the reference to any existing project or standard project, in that case you can enter it here. So I am selecting adopt plan value and percentage 100%, and let me create. The plan values are transferred to version 0 of the measure. Okay, Go for it. Okay, so it is created. 1 second. Yeah, this WBS is created. G29. I'll check this project. Save. So now I can check this project and this WBS element, how it is created there. Okay, so how we can check? We can check this project in transaction CJ20N in project builder. Okay, so to see that, you can go in another transaction. Let me open here. 1 second. I'll show you the path also, because the CJ20N is a part of project system. Go to the project system, go to the project, and go to CJ20N project builder. Click here. Meanwhile, I'll see whether it is saved or not. It is still in processing. Yeah, it's saved. Okay, so I'm going to see here is equals to CJ20N. So where exactly we reached in our process, I'll show you here. If you analyze this, okay, this we have submitted one idea. Okay, we are submitting wish list, interested people, option for implement we are giving in document, and then we are processing appropriation request. Then it is going for the approval process, and the replace measure. Replace measure means how we are transferring it to PS project or internal order. Okay, I'll come back here. Okay, so this is the transaction CJ20N project builder. How you can open the project? You click here and you enter the project definition. So I have copied this project definition. You click here.
Hi, Rama.
Yeah.
So, Rama, I can see that in that appropriate request, there are two variant we have maintained. So
Mhm.
only one is got approved, then other one is not approved. But
Right.
still, we can able to create the project. It's how it till after all the variant is approved, then
Mhm.
only we should create the project. Am I right or?
No. Variant, why you have created variant means options, and you need to select one option. You cannot select multiple option to execute a project, right? My option was whether should I go for the new power station construction or for the modification of existing system. So I have selected existing. I'm going with the option of modification of existing system. So it means the first option, power station construction, is obsolete automatically, right? So the value which I have planned in my second option, modification of existing system, that will be considered here in the planning, and the same will be proceed further.
The same variant it's available somewhere in WBS. I'm sorry, in project.
No,
So
no. It will not come here. Variant you are keeping only there in the appropriation request. There no information will come here. Only the appropriation request information will come here.
Okay.
Okay.
And one more thing, after approval, when we save the appropriate request, so it will propose automatically project definition, or we need to check manually only. We went where, so I can see that you just clicked on project and it proposed some number and it saved.
Yes.
So is it
It is.
possible after
It is.
appropriate request, after approval?
It is based on the configuration. If you want to replicate the same number of appropriation request into the project, so you can
Yeah.
directly click on project. It will propose the same number there in the option. If you don't want to keep the same, you can keep it different also, but this is the best practice.
Yeah, no, it's correct. So I'm asking that after final approval, so once it's got approved appropriate request, so instead of clicking the manual project and creating, so is there any option to create automatically somewhere I can able to do that via
in
configuration something?
in standard it's not available, but you
Okay.
can do some enhancement. That is a separate thing.
Okay.
Okay, so here I was in a project. So once you will go in the project, only first level of WBS element is created. Now you can include the next level of structure here. Okay, so I'll explain all these things once we'll start the PS. I'm coming back to the investment management again, but I'll show you how the values, the cost values has been planned here. 1 second, please. So how?
Rama, basically project and WBS we can create from there. Level 1, level 2,
Yeah.
level 3 we have to maintain manually in CJ21, right?
Right. We can copy from the existing structure, or we can create it manually.
Not from appropriate request. Only project
No.
and first level of WBS will create.
Yes. Okay. Now let me see here the values. If I want to see the cost values, okay, 1 second, I'm going in this transaction. Go to, there is a separate transaction to check the cost in project CJ40. And CJ41, I can display the values. Let me see if is there any values has been transferred from appropriation request to your project plan. Okay, 1 second, and let me see the project. It's taking time. Yeah, so project definition. Yeah, these are the values which has been copied. 1 second. Yeah, year wise you can see here 20,000 in 2020 and 20,000 21. Total 40,000 is copied here. Okay, now let me know if you have any question, please, in process to understand anything here.
I have one question.
Yes.
Why to keep the appropriation request? Why this option? When I keep it or when I don't keep it?
See, it is your choice. Let's say if before going for any project, you want to do the investment analysis, then only appropriation request is required. Okay, otherwise no need. If it is already, let's say in manually, you have already done all the analysis. Okay, you have done the technical analysis, the financial analysis, and you don't want to keep any tracking in your system. There is no need to go for the appropriation request. You can ignore it. Once you are, yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
So in that case, you need to take the approval for the project manually. And once it is done, then you can directly create a PS project.
Okay, so I can create a measure without appropriation request in the system.
Yes, possible.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Rama, one question. That investment management model, we are want to do this all the planning and everything. Instead of that, directly go to cost planning CJ40. What are you saying? I maintain and proceed. What is the purpose of this investment model? You can use it.
Okay, so you are saying like when we are see here what happening exactly. You could understand from this 1 second here. Okay.
Because we need a clear picture. What is the purpose? Why you want to go investment instead of PS directly?
Yeah, understand here. Okay. 1 second. Okay, here this is your investment program here. Okay, investment program means your program definitions are there. This positions are there, means positions we are considering as a department here, right? And whenever you are having any proposal of investment, so you need to prepare manually, right? You need to prepare manually everything, and you need to submit it to the management. That is the one way. Okay.
Right.
Another way, if you want to keep this all proposal in the system, better to go for the appropriation request. So in appropriation request, you can manage it through system status and user status to send it to the different department for analysis. There is no need to take physical copy to all these people, right? And when you are saying the cost, let's say in my example, I said 40,000 I'm going to invest. So this cost basically you have considered here, and it will available within investment program position that 40,000 was proposed. This is a plan cost. This is not a budget. Okay. So management can collect all these proposals, and you can keep all these values at one place in appropriation in a position. So this is your position where you are keeping all the values, right?
Okay.
Okay, and after that, 1 second. After that, once it is approved, once appropriation request is approved, right, then only you are transferring it to the WBS element, which is your measure now. Okay, and now this WBS will automatically assign to my last level of position for which this appropriation request was assigned. So it means it is automatically linked now. And now you are having a control on budget. From investment program itself, you can transfer the budget to the PS project. This is a little complicated, but it's very practical. It happens. It is only happened in the big organizations, right?
Yeah. So only you are saying that the approval and as well as this automatic is a two advantage compared than manually. I'm Excel I'm put it this all the planning and get it approved from the HOD. I'll go to CJ40, upload the planning. Only this two advantage, Narama. Is there any better to do that?
No, this is a proposal. You are keeping entire process pre-investment analysis in the system. That is the first advantage. Second advantage, you know the approach of plan cost. Plan cost is always go from bottom to top. So you are taking your cost bottom to top here investment program. Once it is approved, then you can distribute your budget to your measures which is assigned. So it is having better control.
Okay.
Here if you are creating a project directly, it's scattered. Nobody knows in which group it comes. Let's say if I'm going in my same example here, let's say this is the example, and without going for this investment management, you are just going to create PS projects. Okay, so your process will be here. Okay, let's say 1 second please, sorry, your this portion will be skipped. Okay, this portion, you directly creating a project and going again and going directly based on the project type or project profile. You can keep some dashboard. There is no places where you are making a group of similar kind of project. There is no control or at department level, at the investment level, position level, right? So here if you are applying IM, that is the additional benefit.
Okay. So you mean to say maybe I want to review my existing investment proposal, then you can easily go through the system and I will plan it.
Right. And now IM basically, see, IM is more like navigation is little cumbersome here in the system. Same concept is extended to the PPM, portfolio project management, where it is very good, very nicely. You can see the object, you can plan the financial value, you can do the analysis, pre-investment analysis. Here in IM, we need the cash flow and all these things variant separately. It is little cumbersome to see here. But if you see in the PPM, it's very nicely designed. So the PPM is extension of the same solution at next level.
Okay.
So that's why, see, IM is very small module. It is for just understanding purpose, because if you are going for any certification, any PS certification, at least 4 to 5 questions you will get from this area. At least 4 to 5 questions. Okay,
so
and
all,
if you see,
all the companies recommending this investment or will be PPM, Rama?
now actually IM company, if they are not going for any add-on, because PPM is having additional license, okay, and separate support it required. IM we usually the PS consultant will take care, but for PPM we need a dedicated resource. We need separate licensing. We need more. That is a more internally technically more complicated system. But by using it's easy. Okay, just 1 second. I'll just give you one look here. 1 second. Okay, in same system.
Because we would like to know that. That's why. So you are saying that PPM is a additional license apart from this ECC purchase license.
Correct. That is an add-on. That is an add-on. That is not in the same ECC. So I'll show you here. Just have a 2 minutes. Okay, how it looks. So this is the PPM system which I'm opening now. It is based on the portal. It is not based on the ECC transactions. Okay, so this is your system now. Okay, portfolio structure means whatever I have created as investment structure in ECC system, same portfolio structure I can create it here. Okay, and graphically I can see everything here. Okay, when I'm saying the positions, it is a bucket. And here when I'm saying appropriation request in PPM, it's a initiative. But here, if you know as a technically to configure the system, it is a more complicated than IM. Because here 3 systems are involved. It's a NetWeaver, it's based on your ECC integration. With PS you can integrate it. Like how we have transferred our appropriation request into my PS project, similarly we can do here.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Good to
So-
know. Thank you.
Sir, one last question. Where do you activate cash flow for the pre-analysis work fine?
Actually, that is a separate module. Okay, cash flow management. It has to be done by the finance consultant. But I'll let you know what are the prerequisites required from the PS consultant side. Okay, so in next session I'll explain all the configuration required for appropriation request. So I'll cover it that portion also.
Okay, thanks.
Okay. So if you are
Yes.
having any question, please let me know.
No, clear. It will be understandable now.
So we have covered process. Okay, here to understand the process is very important. Object you can use if you know the process, if you know how we can use my objects, how we can use the different options available in the system. It is easy to map when you are going for an implementation. So now you do the practice from the application side. If you are having any gap in understanding why we are using it and what is the benefit, what are the different options, you just let me know in my next session. And in next session, I'll explain the required configuration for appropriation request.
Rama,
Yep.
one appropriate request, one project only we are creating, or one project, multiple appropriate requestion is possible?
One appropriation request, one project we are creating.
Multiple appropriate request also possible for one project?
See here, understand this. You can do that, but the problem actually you cannot transfer the values and all. You can do. It is possible, but here we are having limited options. Means when you are transferring it, okay, it will transfer with your reference to your the variant which you have approved, and remaining you have to assign it to the manual here. Okay, manually. You cannot transfer automatically multiple PS project. If you want to add more here, in that case, the multiple measures you need to assign to the appropriation request. It is just like a one idea, and you are executing in a multiple project. For example, if you are going for any ERP implementation project, SAP project implementation. So proposal is one. SAP implementation is a one proposal, one idea. But when we are going to implement it, I can divide it in three options. First is, let's say, server installation. That is a one idea, one project. Second, licensing and all, right? Because it's a separate thing, my separate team will involve there. And third is the ERP implementation, the SAP implementation. So the three different projects are involved for the same idea. Similarly, we can assign here the multiple project to my one appropriation request. But the distribution of budget, distribution of plan values will not be easy. It will not be exactly in some proportion, or it has to be done manually in the project. Okay.
I think the one-to-one is a better option, right, Rama? Right?
That's why I'm saying it's the best practice.
Rama, let's go here.
Yeah.
Rama, which I asked about is there any configuration for the logic of approval greater than 1 lakh or less than 50,000? These are the two approvals. Greater than 1 lakh, these are the three approvals. It will pick automatically.
So like PR, right? You are looking for some option like PR.
Yeah, basically when we are creating the appropriate request, so we are putting some planned budget value in that appropriate request.
Right.
So based on that overall budget, it can be
you can do
to pick automatically.
you can do, but it's enhancement. You can do that. It's possible. I have done already. I'm long back, almost 8 years back. I have used that. Okay, but from SAP side, there is no standard solution given still.
But again, I need to assign the partner as a manual in AR.
Yes, you have to do that. And SAP, see, IM in place of IM, SAP is focusing more to the PPM side.
Correct.
They are coming with the more functionality in the PPM side, not in the IM side. But I am explaining it because it's a part of your PS certification course. If you are going for PS certification, you will get some questions from this area. That's why I kept it my part of this PS course. Otherwise, no need to go for it. Okay.
And basically, there is no upgrade for IM also, right? In future also, I don't think there won't be any upgrade.
No, they are not upgrading anything. It's just same whatever it was 9 years back. No development, nothing, no amendment.
Rama, one suggestion required. Suppose company now our company is investing in power sector in UK. We are using PS model. How do you suggest that whether we'll go for IM or will be PPM?
See, if you are even if you ask to SAP directly, okay, directly they will propose PPM. They will not go for
No,
IM because
they will suggest a PPM only. But as your experience, I am asking that how do you
no,
go ahead?
here big difference. Functionality wise, big difference in PPM and IM. There is no comparison.
Okay.
IM PPM is more flexible. Here, see, once they will do the investment, they need to come individually in the transaction. IM 22. So no one want to navigate like this, right? They want to see everything on your portal. Okay, so here
Right.
they will see in the dashboard, everything will be available here. Reports are available in the standard system. It's more easy, and here everything we are getting in the BI stack. So once the data is being loaded here in NetWeaver, it will load in the BI, and directly it will push for the dashboard. And we are having more flexible, more interactive Fury apps also in the PPM.
Okay.
And
Sure.
it's very
Rama,
nice. Yeah.
if you appropriate record we are created with the planning cost, if you after release I want to increase my value, I can create a new appropriate request or I can change same one.
No, why you will go? You directly go in the PS. Sorry, IM. You will do the a supplement from IM position. I'll take you to that cycle. You just remember. You please note down this question. I'll address. Appropriation request is over once you have approved it. That's it. Because proposal is over. Now you are in the execution phase. You will not go back to the proposal again to coming for the next amendment of budget or amendment of requirement. No, it's done.
Okay,
Now,
if any modification, then I will do it.
Directly you have to address in your project or internal order.
Okay.
One question, please. You transfer to the WBS the planning values, but we need to approve the budget. How is done the approval of the budget?
So here only planning values has been transferred, not budget. Planning
Okay,
values.
but investment management controls the budget, so
yes,
it's a top-down distribution. How is it done?
Now what I'll do in next session, I will let you know how you can roll up the values, plan values to the IM program, and then how you can distribute it budget directly to the maison. I'll explain it.
Okay.
So here, if you see in my PPT, in this option, you come here, you see this. Okay. One second. This one. Okay. So what I'm doing here in this option, see, this is the planning I'm taking. I'm rolling up to the investment program, but budgeting I'm distributing. So planning always bottom up and budget is always top down. So you can see the plan is going from here, and from WBS also it is going to my investment program, but budget is going downwards. So we have done only planning, and we will roll up it back to the investment program. Then we'll copy into budget and we will distribute it to the WBS. I'll do that in next session. Okay.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah,
thank you.
So I'm closing it for today, and I hope I'm trying to cover the best possible way. But if you are having still any suggestion, just let me know.